getting kicked out and all type of shit. But maybe you need to be by yourself. Work on your. That's what she said. Maybe you need to be on yourself. Work, and she said, work on yourself. You know. Not saying that who. I ain't even pointing no finger at nobody who the fault. But that's how the information came to me.
Wow, punk.
Yeah, I like this better. Wherever you right. All right. Whoa, I'm already live, y'all. Welcome to the den. Hold up, look. Let me switch the camera around, y'all. There you go. Shalom. Barakatah Yahuwah Ba'ashem Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah Mishpakah. Welcome back to the Lion's Den. You did? Sometimes it goes live before you even ready. You know, I was trying to get my little snack in before bedtime. You know, I got a whole. Hey, for the ones that talking, I got a whole bunch of stuff to do outside. Swinging action hammers, sledgehammers, and you know, pickaxes and stuff of that nature. Hold up. Yesterday, we had Jabari in the Real House of Consciousness. The topic was supposed to be, because I got Jabari Ozaze to admit that he prayed to Asar, a.k.a. Osiris. So I asked, I said, well, what's the difference? You got your mouth on the Bible. Check this out, family. You got your mouth on the Bible. What's the difference between us praying to Yahuwah, Ba'ashem Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shabbarakatah, and you praying to Osiris? He said, well, Brother Jeremiah, that's just a principle. I said, no, them people didn't believe, hold on, family. I said, them people didn't believe that was just a principle. Them people believed that was a real deity, a real God. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh, you guys, what's up, family? You all right? Okay. Now look, so we did a debate. We did a debate, right? He was supposed to prove that Osiris was just a principle. I said no. They had built tombs. The state take out money back then for these temples, for them to do prayer and worship and libations and magic to get favor for Osiris. You see what I'm saying? So really, the debate didn't really go how I really wanted it was planned, because a lot of things got off topic, and really, Daniel Haru and the sister that was a moderator, me and Jabari both should have came and talked to them before the debate got started. Because when I got there, I'm thinking I'm going to debate about what we talking about. I'm going to prove to you that this is a religion. I'm going to prove to you that this is ain't no different than what we got going over here. Just that y'all going to a lesser, higher power. We're going to the top chief. But then you want to sit here and say that the Egyptians look at it as a principle. That's where you fell short. This is a 4-minute video. I'm going to let you see how it went down. Of them, how they believe, and with the cult of Osiris.
The Roman Empire,
look,
the sect of Osiris.
The sect of Osiris. It was a sect of Osiris. A cult of Amun-Ra. They have cults and sects. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Why, let's pay attention, y'all. Jabari, you did not prove that these people only looked at Osiris as... I said, why are you praying to him then? He said, well, that's a principle of nature. And you know, like I pray to the air and I pray to the moon for light and all this bullshit. When you pray to the creation when you can go straight to the creator. Come on, man. And hold up. Before I get this started... Remember, remember, they believed in the afterlife. He acts like he don't believe in afterlife. So how you a Kemetic priest? You should be selling funerary taxes, coffin taxes, sending people out with little This is how you know that these people believe in that Osiris was not just a principle. For simple strength is their afterlife is always consistent around Osiris. They're trying to get to the afterlife to be with Osiris, but before they get there, a lot of the pharaohs when they died, they knew that they had to go do work for Osiris. When they got in the afterlife, they would kill their slaves when they died. They would kill their slaves when they died and take them with them. And all the other shit, cats and all the stuff that they took with them to the afterlife. But then, if you was, okay, but then after a while, and then also they looked, the Pharaoh was an intercessory between the people and the higher gods. You see? But Jabari's not saying this. He's teaching that these people didn't operate like that. See what I'm saying? But we know they did. We know that this is a 4-minute video, y'all, and I'm gonna call it a night. Jabari, you did not prove that the Kemeters just believed that it was a principle. You did not do that. You didn't do that at all. But I can prove that it was a religious sect, a cult, where the government took our money to build temples. Why they just build a temple to a principle? It makes no sense. Why are people trying to get to the afterlife to be with a principle? Come on, bro. Because you know what? You don't believe in the Nephilim. You don't believe in the fallen ones. These ain't nothing but another names for Nephilim. Asar been over in Semitic and Sumerian culture. Thoth been over to Greece. We say Thoth, his name is Tahuti. Guess what his name was before Tahuti? In Gazeta. He was an Atlantean. A lot of these he don't say don't call them demigods. So we're gonna call them deities. Smaller G's. Some of them lived so long that to us they were God-like. Watch this, y'all. Because Jabari said that these people did not believe he was a god. Osiris was a god. And I'm gonna say one more thing. They found the tomb of Osiris. Why they digging it out? Trying to find his body. If he just a principle. Same thing they did with Nimrod or Gilgamesh. When they found his tomb over in Iraq, guess who came over there? The United States. And they went over there and raided his tomb and took the body to extract his DNA. Because Gilgamesh, what was his name? Gilgamesh? Yeah, Gilgamesh was 2/3 God and 1/3 human. 2/3 is 666. But anyway, that's a whole nother level. Here you go, watch this. Jabari, you ain't proved shit.
From ancient times to the Roman
you lied.
Empire, the sect of Osiris, the god of the afterlife, dominated Egyptian religious thinking. In many ways, Osiris was a cultic improvement, transforming moral behavior and expanding religious experience.
But I commend you, Jabari, for coming on the lines, and I commend you for that. You come back anytime and get beat up. Hold on, y'all. Man, hold on.
Osiris is the Greek word for the Egyptian god Wazir.
Hold on. Egyptian god Azir. Hold on, let me set it up better. Hold on. My phone about to die. I'm gonna take it off here for a minute. I think I got enough juice to get through this 4 minutes. Yeah, that's better. Okay. All right, who all up in here? Emmanuel Idris, Belinda Green, Beanie Anthony. Well, yeah, right. Gabrielle Yassan Goodwin. Yeah, facts, Jack. You right. Let's get to it. Man, this clown's trying to play with us. Man, he was begging for support. Jeremiah, he can't talk to this crime. Dude, he was throwing shots through the whole debate. Watch, we uploading the video, so Jabari, you ain't finna edit nothing, because we got the copies of it too. Don't even trip. All right, here we go. 4-minute video. 4-minute video.
Osiris is the Greek word for the Egyptian god Wazir. He may have been an Egyptian ruler in the Old Kingdom.
Hey, Jabbar, he said Wazir. He didn't say Asar. Why are you trying to correct me?
Which is measured from about 2700 BCE
2700 BCE.
2200 BCE. The cultic lore described his transformation into a god after his brother, Set.
Cultic lore transformation into a god. So was he a human being? Was he part god and part human? Was he? Go.
Murdered him. Isis, the sister wife of Osiris, tried to hide the body so that Set could not find it and mutilate it. Set found it anyway and hacked it to pieces, throwing the severed remains into the Nile. Isis recovered the various parts of Osiris' body and with the help of Osiris' other sister, Nephthys, and other gods, tried to sew it back together. This revivification failed, and Osiris was banished to the underworld, became the god of the afterlife, and the Osiris cult was born.
Osiris cult.
To this time, only the wealthy and high...
Who makes a cult off an aspect or principle of the wind? Of the wind. Who does that? Who does that, Jabari? Stop playing games with us. And you already admitted, Gad, he already admitted that he prayed to Osiris, Asar. Right. I see you, family. I see you, Gad. Watch this.
Born had access to the afterlife by means of devotion.
Afterlife. Stop right there. Jabari, why ain't you teaching about the afterlife? If you're a Kemetic priest, that is one of your duties. One of your duties is to get your people prepared to be in the afterlife with Osiris, because that's what the ancients did back then. They didn't just do what the hell they wanted. They had a set structure. So all you little New Age Kemetics, man, cut the shit out. Shalom, Urshalags. Peace. This is a 4-minute video.
Ra, Osiris offered burial and passage to all, wealthy and poor. Thus his cult grew in popularity and began to transform Egyptian cultic life.
His cult grew. A cult. A religion. A practice of everyday life. It just wasn't, I'm going to pray to the air because I'm breathing the air. Oh, God of air, I love you so much. Can you please let me breathe looking ass? Man, stop it. Stop it. Some of these deities were looked at as, they fallen angels, y'all, but they were looked at as gods. You know what I'm saying? Things that they didn't understand. They knew there was a higher power than them. Man, stop playing with us. Jabari, you ain't answer shit.
Leaders of this cult, speaking for Osiris, prescribed a strict moral code which offered to the obedient the promise of eternal life.
If you're obedient to Osiris, you can have the opportunity to eternal life. So how do you just be obedient to a principle? And you still ain't told us the principle of Osiris. Ancient Egyptian religion was a complex system of polytheistic beliefs and rituals that formed an integral part of ancient Egyptian society. It's centered on Egyptian interaction with many deities, believed to be present in and in control of the world. Believed to be present and in control of the world. Let's keep it moving. Rituals such as prayer, Jabari, and offerings, Jabari. Who does that for just a principle? Were provided to the gods, the small g gods. The small g gods. I'm gonna provide my source. I don't just read off the top of the dome. I got sources too. You don't bring those sources. To gain their favor, former religious practices centered on the Pharaoh. At first they looked at the Pharaoh was a divine who was an intercessor, to keep my eye, and talk to to their Most High, to their God. They had to go through him. So they actually worshiped the Pharaoh because he was divine-like. All right? The rulers of Egypt believed to possess a divine power by virtue of position. A divine power by virtue of position. Jabari. They acted as intermediaries between their people and the gods, and were obligated to sustain the gods through ritual and offerings, so that they could maintain ma'at. Listen to this. The state dedicated enormous resources to Egyptian rituals and to the construction of temples. Now, why they doing all that just for a damn principle? This ain't no different than a dang old church. Individuals could interact with the gods for their own purpose. Hold up, y'all. So look, they can interact with the gods for their own purpose. All right? Hold up. Individuals could interact with the gods for their own purpose, appealing for help. Help me, Osiris. My bills need to get paid. You don't think they're asking for that type of help? Appealing for help through prayer and compelling the gods to act through magic. Hocus pocus. Jabari, you practicing magic over there? You told me you practice divination, trying to see the future. What you trying to see the future for? Ancient Egyptian religion consisted of a vast and varying set of beliefs and practices. Dagger Squad, Amon-Ra Squad, Team Osiris. Now, how the hell you call yourself Team Osiris? I'm gonna jump on y'all real quick. Team Osiris, but y'all atheists over there. That makes no damn common sense. That makes no common sense, Nguzi. That makes no sense. I'm just keeping it 7,000 with you. All right, linked by their common focus on the interaction between the world of humans and the world of the divine. You hear that? Say it again, Jeremiah Judah 7,000. Linked by their common focus of humans and the world of the divine. The Egyptians believed that the phenomena of nature were divine forces in and out of themselves. But listen, these deified, you hear that word? Deified forces. A deity is a god. Deified forces included the elements, animal characteristics, and abstract forces. Right? The Egyptians believed in a pantheon of gods. And it says the Egyptians believed in a pantheon of principles. No, it says the Egyptians believed in a pantheon of gods, which were involved in all aspects of nature and human society. Their religious practices. See them key words. Their religious practices were efforts to sustain and placate these phenomena and turn them into human advantage. This polytheistic system was very complex, and some deities, you gotta stress these words to these clowns, these mummies. that's teaching us bullshit like these people didn't believe in this Jabari. And some deities were believed to exist. Some deities were believed to exist. That don't sound like no damn, just no principle. Jabari, I commend you for showing up in the Lion's Den yesterday. I applaud you. You got tired of running. He came into the real house of consciousness last night. Hashtag Lion's Den. But you did a poor performance. You eluded all the questions. You cried to the narrators and the moderators. That's what you did. You didn't prove nothing about this was a principle. I just showed you this 4-minute video. And then the school that you went to is a reference in this video. Watch at the end. I ain't done. Hold on, let me read this. This polytheistic system was very complex, and some deities were believed to exist. And many pantheons range from gods with vital roles in the universe and minor deities or demons, like the demon the devourer. When you go to the afterward, when you go to the halls of judgment to get judged, and if your heart is lighter than the ostrich feather, you continue to move to the afterlife with Osiris. And a lot of them take with them to, when they go to be with Osiris, little figurines, because they're not pharaohs who take slaves with them. You know why they take slaves with them? To work for the gods in the afterlife. But if you ain't got it like that, you go get you some little figurines called Shabbatis or something like that. I'm gonna get the word out right. And you get a spell with it. And during your travels through the afterlife, if you make it past that, the halls of judgment, because listen, if you don't make it past the halls of judgment, your heart get eaten by a demon called the devourer. But listen, once you get past that, if you make it past that, now when you make an afterlife, they don't want to work in afterlife, so they got these slaves if you're rich. If not, you can get these little clones with a spell to activate them so they can work in the fields for the gods. The divine pantheon ranged from gods with vital roles in the universe to minor deities or demons. Jabari. Now here go one more thing, and I'm gonna shut it off. The Ennead, E-N-N-E-A-D, or Great Ennead, was a group of 9 deities in Egyptian religious mythology worshipped at Heliopolis, also worshipped by the priests of Ptah. Come on, Jabari. Gods and men. Here goes my source. Gods and men in Egypt, 3000 BC to 395 CE. His name is Derman Frenskios. There it is right there. Yeah, you come. I come with sources and references. But let's finish this up, y'all. I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna finish burying this high priest. This high priest who prays to this. And like I said, right now, look, when they found the tomb of Osiris, they started really digging. Because they want his DNA to create super soldiers. Just like when they found the tomb of Gilgamesh in Iraq, I told you they took their ass over there. That was the reason why they went over there. Because they want their DNA. DNA is very important. Now, this is a 4-minute video. I'm going to start it over for the ones that just came in. Watch this, Elijah. By Hashem Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, Barakatah, Mishpakah. And pretty soon it's going to be later, Ta, mean good night to Jabari and his bullshit. Here we go. Go to
From
sleep.
ancient times to the Roman Empire, the sect of Osiris, the god of the afterlife, dominated Egyptian religious thinking. In many ways, Osiris was a cultic improvement, transforming moral behavior and expanding religious experience.
And just to let y'all know, one of the sources come from Cornell, the school that Jabari went to. I guess he fell asleep during this part of the lesson. I skipped school.
Osiris is the Greek word for the Egyptian god Wazir. He may have been an Egyptian ruler in the Old Kingdom, which is measured from about 2700 BCE to 2200 BCE. The cultic lore described his transformation into a god after his brother, Set, murdered him. Isis, the sister wife of Osiris, tried to hide the body so that Set could not find it and mutilate it. Set found it anyway and hacked it to pieces, throwing the severed remains into the Nile. Isis recovered the various parts of Osiris' body and, with the help of Osiris' other sister, Nephthys, and other gods, tried to sew it back together. This revivification failed, and Osiris was banished to the underworld, became the god of the afterlife, and the Osiris cult was born. Prior to this time, only the wealthy and high-born had access to the afterlife by means of devotion to the sun god Ra. Osiris offered burial and passage to all, wealthy and poor. Thus his cult grew in popularity and began to transform Egyptian cultic life. The leaders of this cult, speaking for Osiris, prescribed...
I don't know who the hell told Jabari he was a high priest. I guess himself. That's a good question. Probably that his master teacher,
which offered to the obedient
Infodesia, whatever
promise of eternal life. Osiris was the gatekeeper, and to meet him, the penitent would have to be mummified. His or her body had to be placed in a tomb with their names inscribed on it, and with various burial...
See what I'm saying? You had to be mummified to get to the afterlife. Look at this, y'all. Hear this again. Jabari, y'all ain't teaching that. When you gonna get your mummification process? Who doing it for you? Because, hey, Dr. Ben, that damn Dr. Ben has, Dr. Clark, one of the, he got buried in the dang old Christian church. Then y'all got mad at Michael Evans for pointing that out. Niggas, y'all ain't no damn real damn. Come on, man. Stop the bull crap. I mean, come on.
To meet him, the penitent would have to be mummified. Look, his or her body had to be placed in a tomb with their names inscribed.
Look, Jabari, listen to this. Whoa, I went too damn far. They said they had to get mummified. Did y'all hear that? Daniel Yahuwah Israel.
What's it? The leaders of this cult, speaking for Osiris, prescribed a strict moral code which offered to the obedient the promise of eternal life. Osiris was the gatekeeper, and to meet him, the penitent would have to be mummified. His or her body had to be placed in a...
Osiris was the gatekeeper. In order to meet him, his body had to be mummified. Because, see, they believe in the Ka and the Ba. The Ka is the spirit and the Ba is the soul. And the soul is connected to the body. So the only way that the soul can go to the afterlife with the spirit is that they had to take a spell with them to the afterlife so that it can separate. But your body had to be preserved. So how is these people, when you unearth these damn tombs, how the hell they get into the afterlife? Tell me where the body's at.
With their names inscribed on it, and with various burial equipment and materials, which included food and drink for the journey into death. After these preparations, the deceased would proceed to the Hall of Judgment, where under Osiris's supervision, a panel of judges would evaluate the person's life, and his or her heart, preserved outside the mummy, would be weighed. If it were the same weight as an ostrich feather, then the deceased would be admitted to perpetual happiness.
Perpetual happiness.
At the University of Richmond.
Look.
I'm Dan.
Now watch this. Watch the sources. Watch the sources. Watch the sources. Resources. Here we go. All right. Here go the one he used. Bam. Jabari, you posted this book the other day. I think you did, sir. You said James breasted Did you not say that? Come on now, man. I'll call you back, man. James Breslin, the message of the... Wait a minute. Oh, here we go. The Religion of Egypt, the Biblical Word, volume 29. June 6, 1907. Here, whoa, stop there. They go to school. Bam! Here go Jabari's school. This the day he fell asleep, skipped class or something. Jabari! Don't you go to that school? New York, Cornell, or University Press? That's your school, buddy, that you brag about so much. Hold on, let me show you. Oh. See? What? See? Jabari, what happened this day? When they taught you this at school, at the white man's school. That's Dan Roberts. Look, references, sources. Yeah. All right, let's go. James Breslin, the message of the religion of Egypt. Bam! Stop right there. Stop. Boom! New York. Hey, Franciscos Duned and Zvi Koch. Christian. Now here's the name of the book. Gods and Men in Egypt, 3000 BC to 395 CE, New York, Cornell University, the damn school that they ripped your dumb ass off with. If I was you, I'd ask for a refund. I would. I really would, Jabari. Because you didn't get this information. I didn't even have to pay to go to this school, and I got it for free. Let me say that one more time. I didn't have to pay to that school, and Jeremiah Judah 7000 got the information for free. University Press. Look at this. Screenshot this, y'all. Let me get it close to you. New York, Cornell University. Whoa. Look. Let's play so you can see it. Whoa. There it is. Cornell. Right there. Help. Stop right there. Whoa. See? We got ISIS, the Oxford companion to world mythology. Oxford University. Now we go to Oxford University. We got Cornell. We got Oxford. They ain't saying what you saying, brother. Jabari, I told you, you made a mistake when you want to intellectually box with 7,000. I'm 4,000 light years ahead of Andre 3,000. You see? Look at this. Let's go, Leonard and Italio Mascaline. And the book is called Osiris, Encyclopedia of Religion, Education, Lindsay Jones, Volume 10. Do you see? Jabari, you didn't bring that one source or reference last. You held up the book by Breasted. Yes, you did. But when I asked you, was it a white man that printed that book? You said, yeah. But here, I'm cool with that. But here's the white folks that telling you the school that you went to. This is the school that he went to, y'all. And he didn't catch the lesson. Jabari, you didn't catch the lesson.
The same weight as an ostrich feather, then the deceased would be admitted to perpetual happiness at the University of Richmond.
Look, that's the University of Richmond. The University of Richmond. I got the University of Oxford. I got the University of Cornell. Cornell, the one you went to, clown. I told you. Cut your head off. LIONSDEN. Real ancient watchmen and watchwomen. Real house of consciousness. You dig? 18 groups on Facebook. The Light Magazine. Brew News. We taking over. Anybody that want to go push the button right now. The any of you commanders watching right now. I dare you. I took down your little hero yesterday. He got saved. I ain't gonna say I didn't really get him how I wanted to. He was saved because he went way off topic. He know the topic was. He said that them people believe that Osiris was just a principle. We can go another video. But here goes some more of the sources. Here you go. And then let me see. Resources. See? That's very important. Osiris cult. James Breasted, Henry James Breasted, the message of the religion of Egypt. The gods and men of Egypt, New York Cornell University. You can go to www.crystallinks.com, Osiris. Egypt.org, religion and guides. You dig? Ancient info. Okay, that's a little too fast, y'all. History for a cuss. That's a little too fast too, y'all. Well, god dang, y'all seen the main ones. His dang old school. Hey, Miss Lillian, tell Jabari to get his ass up in here right now. He got some explaining to do. Did he miss school that day when the teacher was explaining this? Why did he pay Cornell University to have them teach, and he didn't learn that them people saying that this was not looked at as no principle. Why did he do that? Thank you for visiting. Told you, Jabari. And then, like you say, you don't know history. My history goes deeper than yours, bro. I'm older than you. Okay, here go the tomb of Osiris, God of afterlife. Let's look at the tomb real quick. This is a 3-minute video. Here go the tomb of Osiris, Jabari. The tomb of Osiris. Man. Look.
The pyramids of Giza, gigantic burial grounds of the pharaohs. A mammoth temple once stood at the edge of this site. Here, the priests conducted secret mummification ceremonies.
The priests conducted mummification ceremonies. Why? Because they were preparing them for the afterlife.
Which were believed to enable a pharaoh to cross over to the eternal afterlife.
I told you. Let's start it over for the ones that didn't catch that. This is a 3-minute video, y'all. Jabari.
The pyramids of Giza, gigantic burial grounds of the pharaohs. A mammoth temple once stood at the edge of this site. Here, the priests conducted secret mummification ceremonies, which were believed to enable a pharaoh to cross over to the eternal afterlife. A slit in the structure allowed light to fill the sacred site. This is where the journey to the great hereafter began.
This is where the journey to where the great hereafter began, Jabari. With Osiris. In the land of the netherworld, the underworld, with Osiris. Because he became the king of the underworld, or the gatekeeper, whatever you want, of the underworld. He had a lot to do with the underworld once Seth, his brother, just killed him and dismembered him. But then Seth, what's his wife's name? Was it Isis? She gathered all the body parts. He found all the body parts, but some kind of phallus, and somehow I think Thoth helped him get the phallus back going or whatever. And the next thing you know, they had an immaculate conception and they had a son named Heru. So now Seth, Heru is fighting to take over with Seth, because Seth was in control. You see what I'm saying? Because Seth killed his brother. See, Seth kills his brother Osiris. Come on, man.
A land whose stony relics tell of a people consumed with the notion of an afterlife and preparing for it.
Preparing for it. Key words, preparing for the afterlife. That's what these people religiously did during their life. They were more concerned about their afterlife. They wasn't worried about running around teaching, well, hey, they're Hebrew Israelites. They believe they wasn't doing that. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute, y'all. I got to, okay. Bro, let's see, hold up. Bro, are you an Egyptologist? No, I'm not an Egyptologist. I'm just a common sense. I'm a common senseologist. And speaking of common sense, hey, this LIONSDEN is brought to you by common sense. I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. Now here you go. Look at this. Preparing for the afterlife. Those key words.
A land whose stony relics tell of a people consumed with the notion of an afterlife and preparing for it.
See?
Nevertheless.
Jabari, listen again. Watch this. Let me get it close so you can hear it. Hold on. Hold up. It might be a little too far for you.
Egypt, a land whose stony relics tell of a people consumed with the notion of an afterlife and preparing for it. Never.
Did y'all hear that? Okay, let's keep it moving. I didn't play it 3 times. You ain't heard it, you ain't trying to hear it. Jabbar, if you ain't heard that, you ain't trying to hear it. I don't know what you did this day when they were teaching us at Cornell University. I don't know what you was doing, but you should have been. If I was you, I'd ask for my money back. I really would. 3-minute video.
When archaeologists stumbled upon the Osiris shaft, all that was known about the practices of Egypt's ancient death cult was turned on its head. Only a handful of film cameras.
Ancient Egypt death cult. Those are key words. Ancient Egypt death cult. It means they're preparing for the afterlife. Keep it moving. Let's keep it moving.
Ventured into the depths of the labyrinthine tomb. The shaft descends into the bowels of the
Hold up, my fault, y'all. Hold up. Here we go.
earth at a frightfully steep rate. A rocky adventure indeed. Making their way past twists and turns, researchers finally reach the chamber tomb. The first level is completely empty. A second tunnel leads to a room with 6 sub-chambers carved out of the stone walls. In 2 of these chambers are solid granite sarcophagi weighing tons. This, in all likelihood, was the final resting place of several prominent Egyptians. The discoveries of the dig date back to approximately 500 BC. Still, the earth-shattering archaeological find is waiting in the structure's 3rd and lowermost chamber, 30 meters beneath the earth.
30 meters, probably like 90 feet.
What experts had written off as a mere invention of the Greek historian Herodotus now reveals itself to be 100% real. A subterranean royal hall with a moat running the perimeter of a stone platform. Its centerpiece is a sarcophagus, perfectly preserved and empty. But what is the significance of this discovery?
I found out 2 important discoveries about the shaft. The first important about the shaft, that it is the shaft that Herodotus talked about, but no one even knew about it until I excavated it, I took the water, and I found the sarcophagus. But the second important discovery, that I found this is like the Osirian. It is connected with the god Osiris. Symbolically, Osiris is buried here, who is ruling the underground tunnels at the Giza Plateau. And that is really my favorite discovery. It is the most exciting work I ever did in my life. When someone asks me, what is your favorite discovery? I say the Osiris.
Hold on. He said common sense ideology. So, common sense. So look, what's this brother's name here? Okay, I can't. Medina Muhammad, common. Okay, I thought you was somebody else. I seen something. Okay, come on. Now, whoa. He did say symbolically he's buried there. I didn't catch that. But as other records saying that they found this tomb, they did see this ain't the same tomb, and maybe they got more than one. This ain't the same tomb because there's one. They said right now they found his original tomb, Osiris. I'm gonna show y'all this, and they right now they pumping out the water right now to get to it, and they're trying to get his DNA. I already know, but this dude right here, he's a prominent Egyptologist.
A mystical sanctuary, a symbolic tomb. Here, pharaohs and commoners alike paid homage to Osiris, whom they believed to be the...
Who they believe to be what? They got cut out. Whoa. You can't do that. Did y'all hear that? Watch this. They cut that out.
Here, pharaohs and commoners alike paid homage to Osiris, whom they believed to be the ruler of the great beyond. And
who they believe to be the great ruler or what? How can this, Jabari, how do a principal be a ruler over anything? No, they talked to me like he was real, bro. Man, stop playing. With that being said, look, I gotta get ready for bed. Hey, but Jabari, I want to let you know, I appreciate you coming into the den. You was brave enough after a couple of months of me.
Great, just great.
Beating you up.
Stranded. We don't have State Farm anymore.
Hit skip. You don't want to see this.
Because I wanted to get the cut rate insurance. Because that sounded better to me. You know?
Man.
Well, why'd you do it? Why? Because you're stupid. Oh, State Farm.
Bulls? Okay. Right. But yeah, back to Jabari.
June 13th, 2014. Scientists researching the Earth's mantle.
Man. Alright. Well, yeah, I'm going to go and shut it down. But like I said, Jabari, if you your other topic that you've been running your mouth in, you're saying that the Bible is an anti-African book. So I would have a conversation with you on that topic, and I'm gonna prove to you that that's a damn lie. Anytime you're ready, you come back to the Real House of Consciousness. We'll set up the moderators again, and this time, you know, we're gonna make sure we know we're gonna stick to the topic. If we talking about Osiris, why the hell is you asking me questions about Moses? If we talking about Osiris, why are you asking me questions about my salvation? If we talking about Osiris, why are you asking me questions about Moses stoning women? I mean, that was a practice back then. Come on, brother. But you supposed to be the historian. With that being said, hey, LIONSDEN signing out. Shalom, Barakatah, Yahuwah, one.
This episode of LIONSDEN was brought to you by Common Sense. I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you.
Welcome to the LIONSDEN, 144 men on the rise again. Yes. And you better show some intellect. That'll be the only way a nigga ever get respect. For real? Welcome to the LIONSDEN, 144 men on the rise again. Yes. And you better show some intellect. That'll be the only way a nigga ever get respect. Called you to Jeremiah. I'm finna bring the fire. Cause on the second turn, you don't crucify the Messiah. Roaring like a lion instead of being defiant. You better come together and try to form an alliance. Black Jesus minister, new heavyweight champ. Finna turn the lights on instead of using a lamp. They try to keep up with us, but they leg is catching a cramp. Hebrew Israelites, now that's the name of the camp. That's a divine prospect, shout out to the brother Ron. When they see the Hebrews, other ideologies run. Then apologies come, forever calling us dumb. Bringing all of the facts and leave them silent and numb. So Kwam Yasha Allah, call up Danya Allah. We got no problem, tell the truth and we follow. Got skilled debaters, like Michael Edwards. We never go run, PowerPoint, we bring the lecture. Welcome to the LIONSDEN, 144 men on the rise again. Yes. And you better show some intellect. That'll be the only way a nigga ever get respect. Real? Welcome to the LIONSDEN, 144 men on the rise again. Yes. And you better show some intellect. That'll be the only way a nigga ever get respect. We see you talking down when you're doing your interviews. We got a multitude of knowledge, so how could we lose? Used to be in the gang, so I give them the blues. Welcome to the LIONSDEN, we deep when we face you. I know it's hard to understand your ancestors was a slave, but challenging biblical knowledge, homie, we did great. Intellectually, I know you really hear me, you're standing right here next to me. Yeah, you gon' get this work. When a father don't spend his time, that mean he fit this curse. We the people, like it or not, take a look at your block. The rise of AOC, Masharaya Sha'ala, cause we got it on lock. Identified through our conditions. Try to label us African without permission. Never laying down, tapping out, no submission. See us in the streets every day, we on a mission. Welcome to the LIONSDEN, 144 men on the rise again. Yes. And you better show some intellect. That'll be the only way a nigga ever get respect. Real? Welcome to the LIONSDEN, 144 men on the rise again. Yes. And you better show some intellect. That'll be the only way a nigga ever get respect. Real?
We get a certain type of treatment in the conscious community. We get a certain type of treatment in the conscious community in which you are at the forefront of, Sonetta. So what we're saying is that we want to have a dialogue and discussion about what is good for black people and what should we be dealing with within our community and our faith. Man, we wanted to have an intelligent conversation. So